until we actually have all the detail, and this is something which we really need to be clear about. The issue: only 50% of people who actually commit suicide, on average, have been in touch with the mental health services. However, they're often in touch with other services, and they're most definitely in touch with their communities, their neighbours, the shopkeepers, everybody. And a strategy for the management of suicide is a national thing. It isn't the mental health services. We have a significant part to play in it, but we need a national strategy. So it's very difficult unless we actually have a full audit on these 10 cases, to sit here and say, well, it's actually because of this or it's because of that. There are so many socioeconomic factors that can influence somebody. But I do think we need, obviously, to improve access into our services, and perhaps do it in a different way. I'm not saying we don't do without crisis mental health, but people are not necessarily, if they end up committing suicide earlier on, they're not necessarily in crisis. They need to access us in a different way so they don't reach crisis and make a decision to take their own life. And that's where the earlier tiers of service can significantly influence the figures. But it is a nation that has to deal with because there are so many other services, involved.
We talk about the community and the socioeconomic impacts as well. Are we talking a much broader cultural shift needed?
Yeah, that again. There's an awful lot of research on the issue. So yes, that needs to be done on the island. Again, the tendency, isn't there, when something is severe, if you like, as suicide, people look at the mental health services and say, what are you doing about it? But it needs a much, much broader approach. And yes, I think when we are looking at times of austerity, and we should have a strategy that actually looks at how we deal with those things as a nation,